Welcome to the Mystic Millionaire podcast, where wealth is energy, success is a mindset, and abundance is your birthright. I am Danielle Amos, your host and mentor, here to help you unlock prosperity, embody confidence, and manifest a life you love. Take a breath, align with your truth, and let's manifest millions. Welcome to the Mystic Millionaire podcast. My name is Danielle Amos, and I'm your host. This is a solo episode, and if you're with me on video, you can see I've got a few tools. I have books by one of my favorite authors, Napoleon Hill. Of course, I have the classic Think and Grow Rich. And then I have his book called Outwitting the Devil. If you have not read Outwitting the Devil, if you haven't read either, go ahead. If you haven't read Outwitting the Devil, it is incredible. It was hidden for a long time. And there's probably a good reason for that. And if you do buy Think and Grow Rich, make sure you buy the complete classic text, because editions published later, and it looks like this. Editions published later had the word vibration removed out of the book, and it was in here over 300 times. Did you know that? Okay. So today's episode, I want to talk to you about obstacles. I was speaking with my community about obstacles and problems that we attract into our life. And sometimes, especially when we are watching Instagram and someone else's highlight reel, we can assume that their life is perfect, right? And it's not at all true. That what you're seeing on someone's social media is like the highlight reel, and you're not seeing all the sleepless nights, the meetings with lawyers, or all the times when they doubted themselves or were crying in bed because they didn't feel worthy. You're not seeing any of that, or very rarely do you see that. And so when you're looking at someone else's highlight reel, understand that absolutely everyone has problems. Everyone has obstacles. Everyone has things that they're dealing with in the background. And Napoleon Hill, in Outwitting the Devil, he says, every great leader of the past whose record I have examined was beset by difficulties and met with temporary defeat before arriving. Failure and temporary defeat are part of the journey to finding true success. I'm going to come back to this in a moment. Any leader that says that they don't have shit going on in the background is lying. The amount of things that we deal with in a day, we just become really good. And I see myself as like Wonder Woman some days, like with her big bracelets, like just like deflecting, making decisions fast, and not allowing any of the problems or obstacles to take me out. Instead, I'm learning from them and taking fast action, always from the goal achieved self. Now, am I perfect at it? Do some of the obstacles get me and get me down for a moment? Yes, and I get back up. And so it's not that we don't have problems. It's how we're dealing with the problems and how we're not seeing them as problems and instead as opportunities for growth. The whole purpose of your goal is not getting, it's growth. And so when you attract things to deal with, why not deal with them, lean into them, learn from them, gain the wisdom, get back up, and make fast decisions from that goal achieved self, and notice what happens. It's not that we don't have problems. It's how we view our problems. Successful people don't see problems as problems. They don't see the obstacles as something that stops them. They see it as an opportunity for growth. It would literally, I think, shock you if you actually knew what was going on in the background of my life and how many things I'm dealing with on a day-to-day. And I know it's true not only for me, but I speak to the women in my mastermind. I speak to colleagues who are putting out fires and making $1 million decisions, dealing with staff who aren't showing up or clients who want a refund. All of this is happening in the background, but they're not showing you. It's not impacting the way that they show up online. What ordinary people do is they allow these circumstances to become really big deals. And then the smallest thing can actually take them out. And they make mountains out of molehills and they consistently talk about it to themselves, to anyone who will listen, which then makes the situation more real in their environment. And I'm not saying to bypass it. I'm saying take responsibility for it, lean in, learn, allow any emotions that come up for them to move through you, but don't let it take you out. Understand that the obstacle is a gift. Napoleon Hill says failure is a blessing in disguise. There's a solution for every legitimate problem, no matter how difficult the problem may seem. While this concept may be difficult to acknowledge when you are in the midst of the storm, hindsight generally proves it to be true. He says, I've also discovered that there comes with every experience of temporary defeat and every failure and every form of adversity the seed of an equivalent benefit. Are you open to receiving the benefit that is on the other side of you leaning through this uncomfortable period or this problem? And are you facing the problem head on or are you avoiding it? Are you willing to grow and gain the lessons, or do you become a victim to the circumstance and take absolutely no responsibility? A few questions for you to consider and keep top of mind the next time a problem, obstacle, which we call now an opportunity, comes into your life. It's an opportunity for you to grow, to show up differently than what you habitually would show up. And your response to that problem, it matters. It dictates what comes next. So if you react habitually to the problem, you'll get more of the same in your results. I'm going to say that again. If you react how you always react to the problem or obstacle, you'll get more of the same results. But if you respond to the problem or obstacle from your goal achieved self, from a new vibration with a new perspective, and you respond from that place, what comes next will be different. You won't attract more of the same. You'll attract now from this higher level because you responded differently, because you behaved differently, you acted differently in a different vibration. So don't let the failures take you out. They're part of the process. Instead, welcome them. And when you have an obstacle, you are now calling it an opportunity. And you're leaning into that opportunity to grow and to be different, respond differently. And then notice what comes next. This is the power of learning, is you responding differently with a new awareness. Perhaps because of this podcast, you respond differently, and then observe your life and notice the change that happens. This is real learning. This is learning through application. It's not you gaining knowledge, you know, that a book says that, what does it say here? Failure is a blessing in disguise. And you have that as a conscious idea. Failing is a blessing in disguise. And it's a nice idea. That idea will make little to no difference unless you apply it. But if you apply it, like I just explained, then you will witness the change in your own life. And as you witness the change in your own life, that's learning. Now you have a knowing that failure is a blessing in disguise because you'll notice what came after that failure when you responded from a new vibration and a new awareness. I want to be clear. The obstacles the problems, they'll never go away. That's not what you want in life. You don't wish that life was better. You wish that you were better. They don't go away, but here's the thing, our attitude around the problems changes. You stop being a victim and woe is me. This is what happens to me day to day. You stop seeing life as happening to you, but for you. And you start inviting these problems, where you start inviting opportunities into your life, knowing that you can handle it all, knowing that because of this opportunity, you're going to grow. And through that growth, you're closer to your goal, your vision, your dreams for your life. You're here for it. And you're fully supported. So life, yeah, it's happening for you, for your development into your best self. Lean in and see every opportunity that comes your way and take it. I see you. I believe in you. And I'm honoring you and celebrating you. Thank you for being here and listening to the Mystic Millionaire podcast. Go do me a favor, please. Go give us a 5-star review and share the link. Grab the share link and share it with at least 3 people who would benefit from changing their perception of problems into opportunities. My name is Danielle Amos, and I'm so grateful you are here.